guys, I wanted to give us some directions for the Native American designs, or sometimes I say American Indian designs, but it's Native American. I'm clicking on this. These um, top 4 PowerPoints give you information for your formative worksheet. And I'm going to click on this so you know what it looks like. So this is your formative background information, and it's just loading in slowly, right? Okay, yeah. So what I think is special about this is when I wrote this up, I wanted to tie it not just to Native American tribes, even from just Minnesota, but even tie some of our local history into it about Gray Cloud Island and things like that. I'm going to have you use another PowerPoint to write down our information from our tribes that we have here in Minnesota. You're going to draw 2 animal symbols that relate to your personality. So I did these because I just drew from clip art, and there is a characteristics of animals and an animal symbolism sheet as well. And then I'm going to have you draw 2 symbols that relate to you and your personality too. So that's why I chose this, and then you would do those. Then I need you to draw, not cut and paste, but actually draw your Native American designs and make sure they have symmetrical balance. So there's a design booklet. You'll draw one side, and then it's the mirrored image for there. So then it is symmetrical. So I want one set here and one set here, and this will get us ready for our project. So this is all that you have to do for your formative. Then you can submit this sheet back into Schoology. The project, here we go. Here is the summative right here worksheet that you fill out. And when you see this, that I want you to feel comfortable. If you want to use Photoshop, use Photoshop. If you want to draw in Paint program, if you want different types of apps like PixArt, I want you to use a program that you're solid with or you want to experiment with, but it does not have to be Photoshop. Okay, so I want you to experiment and find something that you do like. Our first design is going to be symmetrical. You need 2 earth tones plus black and white. You're using geometric shapes. So that's, again, where we're seeing circles, triangles, squares. It's more Dakota-like. You're going to fill each shape completely. Then you do a flip horizontal. Now, if you're in Photoshop, you could do a group your layers. They flatten your layers, and then you can duplicate that layer and flip it. Or you can screenshot. Most people just do half the design. And then they flip it to get the symmetrical on this side. All right, so there's different ways to approach this. Debris and artifacts might be like little tiny things that you just need to get close up. Sometimes you just zoom in and clean up your things. So this was a student example. This was my example. So again, it has to have at least 20 geometric designs. All right, so that was a student example, my example. Then the second part of this project is you take this and you repeat it 16 times. So we start to see how it creates a motif. All right, so 16 times. If I didn't say create a document that's a square, I would do that. A square works better. I think in Photoshop or in another program, I just did it like 6 by 6 inches or 8 by 8. It really doesn't matter, but just work on it in a square, because then you repeat it for your second design 16 times. Yep, and 16. Then your third one, you are embossing an image over the top and working with opacity. And I would like a border that goes all the way around. And you can do that with a gradient tool. You can do that with a line or a stroke tool. But I want you to work with opacity. All right, so these are the 3 projects that work for your American Indian or your Native American unit. And let me know if you have questions. But again, most of this information is right here. And let me know if you need anything. Thank you.